Hello, welcome back to my channel. I started to depot my Jaclyn Hill Vault collection palettes, and I thought maybe some people would like to see how I do it, so I stopped. Figured I would film it. I decided, since I was getting rid of these, to take all the shadows out, and I've got a couple of empty like Z palettes. I'm gonna see if I can make a custom palette, something that maybe I'll use more. Since I was going to get rid of it anyway, this is just a little like experiment. If I completely botch it, it doesn't matter because I was going to get rid of them anyway, and I don't know that anybody wants these. These palettes are still available. They're not the greatest. People had problems with them, so I'm just experimenting. If that sounds fun, definitely stick around. Make sure you are subscribed. I have my first giveaway video up for April, so you'll definitely want to be subscribed and go check that out. And yeah, if it seems like it's fun to watch me Frankenstein a palette, then just keep on. Okay, so I have you up above. These are the ones. The shimmers come out real easy because they're so hard, like, and there's my Kleenex. They're so hard pressed. Now the ones that I had issues with were the mattes. Like this one started to crack. I repressed it. The black one completely shattered on me. I pushed some of it in to try and salvage some of it. It's a big old mess. I still have like black eyeshadow under my nails and all over me, and then there's brown from that. So I do have a candle warmer, so I don't know if it'll be easier if I need to heat the palettes up. Z palette makes a palette warmer, but that's essentially all it is a candle warmer. So I may plug this in and kind of see. Hopefully I don't start a fire. I was going to write the names on the bottom, and then I just kind of said the hell with it because I don't really care what the names are. But yeah, we're just going to keep plugging along. I'm going to plug this in and I will turn this on. Just to see if it makes it any easier. Like I said, hopefully I don't start a fire, so I'm going to put one of the palettes that I haven't started on, and we're going to keep going along. So I have my depotting tool. I got this. I have a towel down too, because again, I'm going to have to clean this desk off because there is eyeshadow already all over, but this is a depotting tool. I got this on Amazon, I believe. There's a pointy edge and a flat edge, and you can see I've done 5. If I could count, that would be good. So we're just going to keep going. Now I did the shimmers because, like I said, the shimmers popped out real easy, and I'm using, that's not the side that I went. I'm going to use the flat side, and I'm just going in kind of where there's a space between the pan. And you can see the shadow starts to want to go with it, and you want to go around and come underneath it, and you want to do this very carefully. And then I'm going to have to repress that shadow in because I could see. This is just such a weird formula and such a dry formula. Like I said, the shimmers came out real easy. So I'm going to repress. Making a mess again. Yeah, these are just so stiff and dry that they just, like the shadow, oh, and that's what I did with the black. But you can see, like, these are kind of tricky to get out, and you can repress this in. If you take a quarter, you can press them in better. They don't press in bad, but it's definitely messy. And I have a trash can next to me. And we are going to have eyeshadow all over. Like I said, the shimmers came out real easy. The mattes do not want to come out easy at all. Oh, that did warm it. Let me try and warm up those. So I'll maybe move that that into frame. So I just set it on top of the warmer. Since there's only 5 shadows left, I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. And I'll show you with this one, we'll do the shimmers, because those, like I said, those popped right out and they didn't shatter or crack on me at all. So I just go under, because the eyeshadows, all they are is hot glued into the packaging. And then once you take that out, you can peel off where they've been glued, and you've got, and you can see the shimmers are completely intact because these are so, like, they're a weird formula. So those, I mean, it makes it nice to depot. And again, you just kind of come in where there's a little bit of a space. And yeah, these, there were some unique shimmers in here. So, I mean, if I was only able to salvage the shimmers, I wouldn't necessarily be upset, because I have other like single matte shadows that I own. Yeah, this is like a huge mess, but yeah, you see how easy the shimmers pop out, and then yeah, the mattes are the ones that are giving me grief. So I'm going to take the shimmers out since those ones aren't bad. This one started to crack a little bit around the edge, but I'm just going to repress, and now I just got, try and get a clean finger. I got some black or brown in it, but it'll be okay. So let's try, now that I warmed it out a little bit, see if that makes a difference, and then we'll put, let's come into this peach one. Let's see if, and I may not have left it on long enough. I've never used a warmer to depot. I have depotted. Oh, see, and that just, I don't know what it is with the, and then I'm wrecking the pan. It's, I think there's not as much, I don't know what it is with those mattes. They just, it's just a weird, and I bent the pan a little bit, but I just want to see. Okay. They're just a weird formula. I mean, everybody kind of knew that going, and there is, you could go under and cut these out if you wanted to try and do it that way. I honestly, with the way, with the formula of these, I don't know, because the whole shadow wants to pop out of the pan, so I don't know. If cutting them out of the cardboard would really make any difference as far as salvaging. I think you're still gonna run into some issues. Part of it is just try and get a somewhat of a clean finger. I have a towel in my lap. It's just such a strain. I'm gonna say that probably a million times. You're probably gonna get tired of me saying that, but it's just a weird matte formula. Like I said, I've never had major issues depotting things before, but I would say the best thing to do is to just, when you, if you see the shadow start to come out of the pan, just go slow. Because you can repress it back into the pan. So, and then if there's any loose that doesn't want to go back in, have a trash can. But you can see I'm going to be disgusting and gross and probably covered in eyeshadow. But I got one left. And then we got one palette done. Yep. As you can see, it's just completely starting to crack and splinter. And I've never, like I said, I've depotted things before. Not a ton, but I've never experienced. I bought the original Manny MUA collab with Makeup Geek. I depotted it, those like popped right out. I didn't have any issues. So then we're left with an empty case, and that one can go in the garbage. Okay, this one was on. You can see since I heated it, the glue is actually starting to separate from underneath since we heated it, which is what you want. You want it to separate. I just hope that it's like enough heat to go through. I don't know if the heat's really getting through to the shadows. Definitely helped. Yeah, the other way I've seen to depot would be to cut along here with like a box cutter and an X-Acto knife and then separate it that way. But like I said, with as soft as these shadows are, I don't know that it would save you from having the issues like what I'm having. I am gonna try and see if I can go underneath that way. And again, I'm experimenting with the warmer because I've never had to use a warmer before. Wonder if I do it on the warmer. That'll make a difference. Maybe it will. I see this shadow is still wanting to crack on me. Still gotta and then I'm contaminating it with the green. That one came out better. Oh, so hopefully everybody is doing okay. Been kind of and I'm bending my thingy a little bit. Like I said, I got this kit on Amazon If you just type in depotting, there's all kinds of tools and kits that come up. The one I got came with the spatula and some extra magnets, because sometimes the pans are not magnetized, so you gotta put little like magnets on the back so you can stick it in the Z palette, and then if you don't peel this cardboard off, it may not stick. Trying to peel that, and then the eyeshadow is just going everywhere. So we got one left. And I may not keep every single shade because there are like repeat shades. Like those two greens look very similar, like this orange and that orange look very similar. So, the nice thing with doing this, there we go, is you don't have to keep all the shades. And again, I was gonna write the names down, but okay, that got pretty warm. Okay, like I said, hopefully I don't burn myself or start a fire. Either wouldn't be good. Again, I'm gonna pop shimmers out because of those ones don't seem to be giving me as much grief. Oop, that one even came off the glue. That's nice. Oh, let's go this way. Yeah, I just thought this might be a fun little project since I don't have anything better to do and I'm bored, so not really bored, but I just thought this would be a fun project. Oops, I'm bending that pan just a smidge. I'm having a hard time getting underneath that one. I don't have a clean finger. You just want to make sure you push pretty hard. If you're repressing it with your finger, like I said, you can, it's a lot easier to do it with like a quarter or something the same size of the pan It's flat. Chunk of that came out. If the formula wasn't quite so stiff, I think it would repress a little better on its own without adding anything, but this one's not quite. Oh man, this one will come out easier. It's a lot of similar shades. It's amazing to me that these came intact in the mail. It's more shimmers. So hopefully this will go by a little faster. I feel like I've been sitting here for an hour. It hasn't been an hour, but it feels like it's been an hour. And then depending on how many I decide to keep, I did order a bigger empty Z palette. So like I said, we'll see. I mean, I'm probably not going to keep both of those greens. Like those three look similar. I don't know if I'm going to keep both of those. What else? Like that one and that one look the same. I counted, I think there's 40 shadows total, I think is what I may not keep all 40. Just because, like I said, there's repeat shades. I just may not need them all. There we go. That one didn't have a very good lip. Okay. Ooh, it scares me every time. in the home stretch. Almost done. Okay, there we go. That is the entire vault collection laid out together. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna unplug this and we'll kind of come back and I'll figure out which ones I'm gonna keep. And yeah, so we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. It's been several days since I filmed depotting. This is what we were left with. So these are all the shimmers that I depotted. And then all of the mats that I was interested in keeping along with, there's like 2 shimmers over in here. Got my magnets. I had to wait for my Z palette to come in. I ordered this off of Poshmark. So this is just a regular Z palette. It came with some extra magnets and a couple of singles that I actually popped into this palette. Let's move that case over there, the cover. These are mostly Makeup Geek. The 4 shadows it came with was this one, and then these 2. I accidentally stuck my finger into that one, but this one and this one I already had. These 2 are from the Manny MUA palette. I think they were also singles, but so I kept these 2. Actually had more than what mine did, so I kept those, and then those 2. So I'm thinking about that because this is a little bit larger of a palette, just kind of keeping these, adding a few of these, and then the shimmers, and then making just one larger single palette in here. I don't know if that's going to be a pain. This lid lays flat, so we'll do that. I'm trying to figure out what shades I want to keep. I know I want to keep everything out of here. Like I said, most of this is Makeup Geek. There's 2, I think, that are ColourPop. And then like this tan one is from an indie company. It came in Stranger Things mystery box. It smells like maple. Eggo. It's Triple Decker Eggo by Pretties for Your Face. And it's just a tan shade. Okay, so let's start with like the cream and a highlight. I know I'm going to keep, like I said, I know I'm going to keep the shimmers. Hopefully everything will stay in frame. Maybe. Okay. I'm trying to see if you can see what I'm kind of doing here. Okay, so I know I'm going to keep this white one. So let's take out some of these magnets. Let's open these ones first. There's a lot of Z palettes on Poshmark. I picked this one because it came with extra magnets. Because I'm not necessarily particular about what the color looks like, but, and then it came with 4 Makeup Geek shadows, which I do like Makeup Geek's formula. Now, granted, these are their older ones, not their new revised formula. Now, these pans may stick, but there's so much like glue and paper still on the back of them. Let me get my tweezers. That they're not sticking, and I can try and peel off some of that, but it's going to be a nightmare with the formula, so I'm just gonna leave it. I've got magnets. Okay, so I know I'm going to keep that one, and I'm kind of gonna try and organize this like in a cohesive palette. I'm just doing all of what would be like highlight shades. Now this one looks very similar Yeah, see, this one doesn't have anything on it and it sticks just fine. Will that shove in there? I don't, because I have that one, I don't think I'm going to keep that. I want this to kind of be somewhat cohesive. Okay, now I have this taupey kind of tan color. It's a little bit different than that one. Might keep this. With my nails, I have a hard time getting these stickers off. It's just a pain. There we go. Like I said, these pans will stick if I was able to get all of the junk off of the back, but that's just going to be too much. Yeah, that's starting to fall apart. This will definitely not be a travel-friendly palette by any means. I think I'm going to keep that one. I kind of like some of these grungy, like there's this cool yellow. This is another one that's like crumbling and falling apart. Of the browns, like I've got some of these deeper ones that will probably go towards the end, and I'm starting to think that I'm not going to have enough room for everything. I wonder if I could like shove some of these in over here, because I feel like there's like wasted space. Oh yeah, I can put a shadow in there. Okay. So maybe I'll put this one. And this one is still like wanting to fall apart. Okay. That will help add a few more in here. Let's see, of the shimmers, I like that one. Like these gold ones are pretty. Oops. Yeah, that one's not sticking. And that one's clean on the back. I can get these off. Okay, so we'll put him right there. So let me kind of figure out what I'm going to keep, and then we'll come back. So this is what I'm left with. I decided like these ones in here are going to go, these ones, let me put everything that I'm getting rid of. Okay. So these are all the ones that I am getting rid of. And then this is what I'm left with. These are all the Jaclyn Hill shadows. This is what I decided to keep. We've got the blue, a couple of greens, most of the shimmers, because I did like that formula better than the matte formula. And then I decided to move, these are all of my Makeup Geek shadows, along with, I think like 2 of them are ColourPop. So I decided to move those over. So yeah, this is, and then this one will be empty. And then after I toss these, this one will be empty. So yeah, that is everything. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hopefully this was entertaining. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.